Hey everybody, I'm Justin Block and welcome to JLB Sports TV, and we have a lot to get to in this video, so let's get to it. Now, I made a video last week about the Liverpool takeover bid. There, trickles of information have come out. The Syrian Kurdi made a statement. At first he said that he was near the final stages of a takeover bid with Hicks and Gillette, and that he had a £600 million offer on the table, and then he made another statement saying, no, that's absolutely ridiculous. I'm not going to line the pockets of these guys. And Kenny Wang has made a similar statement. He said that he doesn't have a formal offer on the table, but investors are lining up. His investors, his consortium, is lining up to provide the funds to buy the club. So there's one thing that has been clear with all of the potential buyers for Liverpool FC is that neither of them are interested in lining the pockets of Hicks and Gillette, and none of them are willing to match the £600 million valuation that Hicks and Gillette had at Liverpool Football Club. Right now, it's probably going to take around £350 million to buy the club, which is the total debt in the club. But, that's still a very, very steep price to pay because a new stadium has to be built, Stanley Park has to be built. Who knows how much that would cost? Probably another 400 to 500 million pounds. And then you have to think that Liverpool is going to need around 50 to 100 million pounds over the next couple seasons in the transfer budget to really become a top flight club again. Or I say top flight club, meaning championship contending club again. But looking at this season, Liverpool has improved. I've been very impressed with Roy Hodgson in the transfer market. He's had a lot more, he's done a lot more with the resources at his disposal than I think. I think Liverpool, personally, pound for value or pound for talent, has done the best this season in the transfer market. Yeah, Manchester City has signed Torre and David Silva, and it looks like they've signed Balotelli and Milner. Those deals should be completed within the next couple of days. But they've spent, I think, £100 million maybe. That's absolutely insane. Meanwhile, Liverpool have brought in Joe Cole, who's receiving rave reviews at the club and has played very, very well in the preseason friendlies and the Europa League matches. They brought in Milan Jovanovic, who's been absolutely electric on the wing. Fabio Aurelio was brought back. Danny Wilson was brought in. He's a very, very promising young player for Liverpool. Should replace Carragher within the next couple of seasons. So the Liverpool attack is actually looking like it's going to have more teeth than I thought to. With Cole playing in the hole now and moving Gerrard back to the center of the park and having Jovanovic on the wings, Liverpool is looking pretty good now. I expect a top 4 finish this season, and all Liverpool fans should as well. There's no reason why this club can't get back to the top 4, because when you have a front 3 of Cole, Gerrard, and Torres, oh, and then you have Dirk Kuyt and Jovanovic on the wings, plus Ryan Babel on the bench, you're looking pretty good as a club, I have to say. I've been impressed. But one thing I have been disappointed with the takeover bid is just the lack of information, a lack of communication between the club itself and the potential owners and the public. I understand the potential buyers have to remain tight-lipped as to not show their hand or show their cards. I was encouraged that Kenny Wang apparently reached out to the Spirit of Shankly and Liverpool supporters groups as a good gesture, which is important because as a fan of the club, and I guess for fans across the board, these next set of owners, we want to make sure that there's open communication between the board and the fans, and that we don't get stuck in another bad situation like this. So, as much as I'd like the deal to get done within the next couple weeks so we can buy players in the transfer market, I think it's more important for this deal to get done right, get done in a very professional, timely manner, so we can have the funds to probably go after players in the January transfer market. But I've been pretty disappointed at the fact that Liverpool themselves have not really made any statements. I'd kind of like to know what's going on. I understand they can't really tell the public that much, but as a fan, I'd really like to see some more dialogue. Looking forward to the weekend. Liverpool are playing Arsenal in the Premier League season opener. The season is here, guys. Liverpool probably, although Hodgson said that Mascherano and Torres could feature this weekend, I think Mascherano is more likely to feature than Torres, although Mascherano may in fact be on his way out. It appeared that a deal to Inter was stalled earlier, but since Balotelli has now been sold, Inter now have the £25 million to buy Mascherano if they please. I heard that Barcelona maybe had an offer on the table, £12 million plus a player. That's not going to cut it for me. I'd personally be fine with a swap deal, Mascherano for Ibrahimovic, if Mascherano really wants to leave the club. Because imagine front 4 of Torres, Ibrahimovic, Cole, Gerrard, Kuyt, and Jovanovic on the wings. That's just an absolutely outstanding front attack. But looking to the weekend against Arsenal, Liverpool will of course keep the 4-2-3-1 shape that Hodgson has maintained since Rafa left. We will see Reina in goal. I know he hasn't featured in any of the preseason friendlies or in the Europa League games because of a minor shoulder injury, and he was involved in the World Cup, but of course he will be in goal. We will have Glenn Johnson starting at right back along with Carragher in center back. We will have Agger pairing along with Carragher in the center of the park. Some people are saying Skirtle, but I think Agger is the preferred choice. And I think we will have Fabio Aurelio starting at left back. If he doesn't make the fitness test, and if Hodgson doesn't think he's ready, and if Hodgson doesn't think Nsua is ready, then I do think that Agger will move over to left back. He's done a fine job there, and we will have Martin Skirtle starting in the center of the park with Carragher. But of course, I think Agger and Carragher will be the center back pair of choice. We will have Mascherano starting this weekend, despite his possible move away from the club. I know Lucas has started in all the Europa League matches and in all the preseason friendlies, and Lucas has himself improved immensely over these past couple of months. But I do think Mascherano will be starting there. He will pair along with Gerrard. Some people think that maybe Aquilani should be in that role. He's a 25 million pound player. It'll be very interesting to see how Aquilani has handled the season, because he's such an expensive player, had such a high pedigree, and does have a lot of talent, but it looks like he'll be riding the pine for a good amount of the season. So again, we will have Mascherano and Gerrard paired in the center of the park. We will have Cole starting in Gerrard's former position in the hole, playing right behind the striker, which will be David Ngog. I was hearing that Torres might be featured in this game. Hodgson was hinting that he might start, but Torres is a guy who's only a month removed from a thigh injury, a thigh tear, and if this guy isn't 120% ready to go, don't start him. We really cannot risk to have a 70-80% Torres starting in this game for him to only get injured and then be out for another month. This guy's injury record is enormous, and having an unhealthy Torres to start off the season is just not a very good way to start off the season. And I don't want to see Ngog starting up front either, but if it's the way it has to be, it's the way it has to be. We will see Jovanovic starting on the left wing, and then Dirk Kuyt coming out off of his World Cup run, starting on the right wing. And that should be the lineup for Liverpool against Arsenal this weekend. As for the game itself, you would think, oh, Arsenal will finish in the top four. You know, Liverpool finished 7th last year. Arsenal should win the game, but as I said, this is a much improved Liverpool side. Don't be surprised if Liverpool won, and don't be surprised if they lost. I think a 1-1 draw, maybe Liverpool pulls it off. I don't know. But I think a draw is most likely to happen. So that's all for today with JLB Sports TV. I am Justin Block. I hope you enjoyed my video. Sorry that I haven't posted in the past 10 days. I was on vacation in Key West, as you saw. I've been trying really hard to get my new hip-hop blog / online news magazine off of the ground. Go check it out if you're into hip-hop. It's called brilliantlyblunt.com. Click on the link below. Also, 2 great Liverpool sites, lfcglobe.com, thank you for featuring my videos, and my favorite Liverpool site, empireofthecop.com. They sometimes feature my videos, and the guy that runs it, Antoine, he has a daily Liverpool newsletter called the Daily Antoine. Great way, not a great way, it's the best way for a Liverpool fan to get your daily Liverpool news update, especially since I live in the States and it's kind of hard to get information from England. So that's all for today of JLB Sports TV. Hope you enjoyed my video. See you later, guys.